For sure. Two opposing factions. +1, -1. Like, you'd think it'd be, like, in military here. But I don't see it. Puppet, military base. Yeah, I don't know where that button would be. Is there like... So some places say start military aid. Like we said, military aid to Sudan. Arm shipment to partisans. I think here we can send guns. Like, this has way more options. Treaty of assistance. I mean, that sounds good, right? Deploy war specialist? Sure, let's deploy some war specialists. That sounds positive. To you. Yeah, here I can't do anything. Like, we're already sending assistance. Like, I don't see anything else we can do with Afghanistan. Again, at least for the time being. Star Wars! In March of 1983, President Reagan announced the beginning of development of the Strategic Defense Initiative, which involves the creation of anti-missile weapons in space with the aim of delivering an unanswered nuclear strike. An expert group of Soviet scientists and specialists came to the conclusion that Reagan's SDI initiative most likely does not require immediate countermeasures, since it's impossible to implement at this level of technological development. However, the generals believe that this program will over time be able to stimulate the development of new military technologies and will further lead to a further leg of the USSR in the field of weapons. Former Defense Minister Dmitry Ustinov also interested in developing a similar SDI program. Together with the president of the USSR Academy of Sciences, he began to draw up a long-term work plan in response to Reagan's initiative. I don't think we need it, to be honest with you. Liberalization goes up. Yeah, let's just blame America, right? More peaceful. Western Europe will like us a little bit more. Military leadership. Why don't we can just threaten it and not actually do it? I think that's very funny. But it is going to be expensive, right? $40. Asymmetric response. Let's just protest. At next meeting, the United Nations Secretary Security Council, representative of the USSR, protested the Americans against development of the SDI program. Mr. Reagan should bury the idea of the SDI and confirm the United States' commitment to the ABM Treaty signed in 1972. The United States administration is acting responsibly, putting the world at risk of a new world war. In response, the American pointed out the creation of the SDI is an internal matter of the United States, and the project itself is essentially peaceful in nature and is aimed to strengthen defense capabilities of the nation. Sure. Whatever you say, buddy, I don't believe you for a goddamn second. Okay. We're still making money. We have so much... We're not spending our points properly. Like, for sure. We need to be spending our points more than we are. Like, is there anything... I mean, I know we need, like, what, 250 for some of these? No modifier. Elections are being held in some places. Like, is there any... I'm guessing if there's something that we can do here, like, I think the game would tell us. You know, I think that would just make sense. Decisions. Liquidate stored chains. Revoke special privileges. Intelligence. 200 points. Political authority points go up. What else do we have in here? Revoke special distribution system. Loyalty of all politicians. Revoke judicial privileges of party members. Restore the party maximum. The party maximum is a limit to the maximum level of wages and income of members of the Communist Party. Proportional to workers' wages in the union. Revoke personal pensions. Hold an extraordinary party congress. Can't do any view. Like, would it be in, like, politics? Maybe? Decision made polonium of the Central Committee. I don't even really know what any of these are. Ban sausage commuter trains. Our citizen village and rural areas suffer from a shortage of essential goods. They travel to cities, increasing demand, which further reduces the availability of goods in small settlements. Introduce additional work shifts. Change percentage of substitutes in meat. Okay. Space. Computers. We don't have any of the technology for that kind of stuff yet. We can demobilize students, so students don't need to fight in the army anymore. You know what? That's not a good idea. Sure. Why not? Nothing is forgotten. The alleged grave of Nazi criminal and sadist Josef Mengele, the man who worked in the notorious Auschwitz concentration camp, was found in Brazil recently. During his 21 months work in Auschwitz, he earned a reputation as one of the most cruel Nazis, getting the nickname the Angel of Death. Mengele conducted an inhumane experiments on prisoners, sewn twins back to back, amputated organs without anesthesia, tried to change the eye color by using chemicals to conform prisoners to according to their racial theory. Unfortunately, this monster was not destined to suffer the punishment that he deserved. After the war had ended, Mengele managed to escape to Argentina and later moved to neighboring Brazil, where he died. Some public figures, due to the 40th anniversary of the victory of the Great Patriotic War, proposed to hold an anti-fascist month to once again remember the victims of fascism and honor the memory of the dead. We also can offer Brazil to carry out this campaign together. Yeah, I mean, I see no reason why not. Oh, yeah, we have money. We're making cash. So sure. Hold conference with Brazil. USSR, allied countries in Brazil, a large-scale anti-fascist month began, during which the topic of atrocities of the Nazi regime of the Second World War became relevant again. Today in Moscow, the leaders of Brazil and the USSR met to conclude agreements on friendship, cooperation, and a joint struggle against fascism and other forms of racial discrimination. The leaders of the USSR and Brazil laid flowers to the tomb of the unknown soldier, observing the moment of silence in memory of those killed. Later, the president of Brazil praised the invaluable contribution of the Soviet people in the fight against Nazi totalitarian machine. As relations between Brazil and the United States are deteriorating, we are increasingly gravitating towards cooperation with the USSR. Well, if that's the case, hey, Brazil. Support the network. I feel like there's got to be, like, more buttons that we can press. A conspiracy is brewing among the generals. The general's loyalty indicates fall below 10, a military rebellion event will be triggered. Okay, so they want more money? I can give them more cash. General loyalty. Where do we see this? Military leadership loyalty. It's currently going up by 0.5. Industry sectors minus 0.4. Intelligentsia loyalty is going a little bit low as well. Where's military? For every 10 under 100. Let's give the soldiers a little bit more supplies. There we go. An extra little 10. Nothing too crazy for them, but you know, it's a nice little reward. So let's see. Civil liberties is going down. Where is the military here? Strength of the radical opposition. What is this called? Military leadership. It was at 100, and now it's down to... It's only down to 75. It's not that bad. I feel like you made it, like, way worse than it actually is. You're scaring me for no reason. The fate of a disgraced academician. In 1980, Nobel Peace Prize laureate why can I not read today? Academician. Sakharov, known for his dissent views, was stripped of all state awards and expelled from Moscow to the closed city of Gorky for criticizing our troops' involvement in Afghanistan. Over these 5 years, he repeatedly held hunger strikes against the persecution of his family members. At the end of July, Sakharov sent you a letter asking you to allow his wife, Annalia Bonner, to travel abroad for treatment and to meet relatives. He promises to stop public appearances, except in exceptional cases, and concentrate on scientific work. Our legislation provides for the interruption of links for a certain period. However, what could be the political consequences of the decision? On one hand, Bonner could request asylum in the West and subsequently seek family reunification. But we cannot release Sakharov abroad, since he knows every detail of the entire path of development of atomic weapons. On the other hand, this is a humane step. We will let her go, I think, for now. Death? Kill her, kill her! Reformers go up a little bit, but you know what? Sure, we'll let her leave for the treatment. She received permission to travel to Italy. There she'll undergo treatment for the next 3 months. Okay. I mean, he's doing his scientific work, and that's all I care about right now. We've gotten our first technology done in computers. This branch research is already complete. Increase the cost science points for another branch by 20%. Until all these sciences in this branch are fully completed. Sure. I mean, it only costs 5 points. I don't know. I feel like 5 points is like so low. Like unless I'm missing something obvious. Our agent recruitments. Comrade General Secretary. Our recent agent managed to contact CIA officer Aldrich Ames. Not so long ago, he was transferred to the department that organizes operations in our territory of our country, and therefore, Ames has gained access to personal data on American agents in the USSR. Ever since he began work at the CIA, Ames periodically went on a drinking binge and fell into depression, claiming that he was disillusioned with the way American foreign policy appeared to him. However, now he will be able to help us in exchange for a certain amount of money and payments of all his debts. The reformists hate this, but I love it. Do we want his full time though? Because he might flip flop. He might flip. He might flip the other way. Maintenance costs will increase annually. I think we just do it full time. Okay, I mean it's a 2-to-1 vote. Aldrich Ames received $50,000 from us and began working for intelligence services under the codename Ludmila. Various sources attribute to the exposure of 12 to 25 CIA agents to him, including GRU Major General Dmitry Palikov, KBG Colonels Alexei Kulak, Vladimir Piguzov. Okay. Enemy agents of the USSR have suffered enormous damage. We are now able to rebuild agents at the very heart of the CIA. But that means that the generals like us a lot more now. Modifier has been activated. These are all looking good. We don't need to worry about you. Don't need to worry about you. And the death of Samantha. New York, TAS, a plane of the American airline Bay Harbor Airlines crashed while approaching the runway of Erben Leersen Airport. According to UPI, all 8 passengers and crew members on board perished. Among them was 13-year-old American schoolgirl Samantha Smith and her father, Arthur Smith. Samantha Smith's name is well known in the USSR and around the world. In July 1983, she visited USSR at the invitation of the Soviet public organizations. Upon her return to the United States, she published a book about her meeting of Soviet children. The deepest desire of the Soviet children is to preserve peace on the planet. I know that my fellow citizens, ordinary Americans, feel the same. Therefore, we must unite our efforts the struggle for a clear sky over the planet, she said last year. Well, I mean, obviously she was assassinated. There's no denying that. How are we doing, by the way? We're still losing because I don't know how this works. Direct supplies. Like I just feel like we don't have any options, right? Like it's kind of going back and forth of its own. Like I'm not saying that we should just win because we're great. Because support one of the factions. Ruling part movement of Nicaragua revolution was never be homogenous. Sure, you know what? Let's support the radicals. How much money cost you? 15 bucks? I have money. Support the radicals here, because why not? Veterans and pragmatist. We can't scroll through you. Instant action, invite China, invite France. There's not a scroll wheel here, right? I mean, it's sell weapons. Okay, there was a scroll wheel this whole time. So what are the two factions here? Construction of secular parliamentarianism and political modernization. Authoritarian and accelerated socialism. And then you are... You both seem like you're the exact same. I guess I'll back the side that's winning. Character loyalty is greater than 40. All of following. Biden is not enabled to introduce a limited contingent. Oh, because I'm sending them troops, I can't sell them weapons. Okay. That seems okay. Ministerial leapfrogging. Over the last 5 years, the government of the USSR has been headed by Nikolai Sakharov, an elderly man who began his career during the Stalin reign of the 30s. Many consider him a tough handyman manager who is completely uninterested in political issues and shuns any intrigue. However, over these years, he failed to formulate any serious or holistic program for the country's development. If we are going to start implementing reforms, then we need to create a new team that will implement these reforms. It's worth starting at the very top. We have following candidates for the position of Prime Minister. I mean, Ryzhkov, you know, he's a name that I know from many Hoi 4 playthroughs. First Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Ukraine, quite closely acquainted to Brezhnev. Over the years working in Ukraine, he proved himself to be a skilled manager, while at the same time, he was tough and demanding leader. You don't like me too much. You are sympathetic to the conservatives. You like me. 1, 2, 3. Sympathetic to moderates. 1, 3, 4. Okay, recently head of the Russian government. Before that, he proved himself to be a talented leader in several regions. He worked at the Euromash plant for a long time before becoming a general manager in the early 80s. He quickly moved up the career ladder. Or we can just keep him. He hates me. He despises my ass, so I probably don't want him. Industrialist marketer and unambitious. Unyielding. You know what? Where is Ryzhkov? There we go. He'll head the government because he's not ambitious, and that makes me happy. Support the loyal party. What does that actually mean, though, support the... Who's the loyal party? I'll be honest, I don't know. But you know what? We'll do it at least one time. Incite public unrest. Diplomatic action, military pressures would be accepted. We'd have to do economic pressure. But I can't do economic pressure. Production possibilities greater than 7. I don't know how you're supposed to get NATO country down to 0 before you do any of that stuff. It doesn't make any sense to me. Mitterrand's invitation. Comrade General Secretary, we received an invitation from President Francois Mitterrand to make an official visit to France in early October of this year. Mitterrand won the election in 1981 as a candidate from the United Left-Wing Parties. At this moment, while conservatives dominate the rest of Western Europe and the United States, France remains one of the few countries where socialists are in power. On the other hand, we should not miss any opportunity to continue Détente and contribute to strengthening peace. However, on the other hand, as we had to enter Afghanistan, relations with France were sharply deteriorated, and its leadership now constantly looks to the United States in its actions. Nevertheless, we could try this, to use this some sort of... we can use this visit to break the vicious Atlantic alliance between the United States and Europe. Because Europe is common home for all of us, but not for the Americans. But is it worth the effort? Should we turn our attention to the East and finally move to restore relations with China, which would we've not been on good terms with the past few decades? Or should we rely on only ourselves and our allies and continue deepening integration of the CMEA? The situation is also turbulent in third world countries. A month ago, the Americans convened the so-called Democratic International, which included various anti-communist insurgent organizations from different countries in Asia, Africa, and America. We deepen ties, only work with ourselves. I mean, France likes us well enough. It's really China that despises me. Make an official visit to France. Accept the invitation. Europe is our common home. Or focus on relations with China. I mean, I want to be friendly with with France. What are we attempting? I have no idea. We're just kind of vibing right now. We'll figure that out as we go a little bit further. Well, we'll accept the events. This outcome can be either positive or negative. Thanks. Appreciate it. The United States will like us less. Yeah, sure. Europe is our common home. General Secretary of the Central Committee of CPSU, Mikhail Gorbachev, made his first foreign visit in his new position by visiting the French Republic. This visit immediately became a major international event. During his meeting with the President of France, François Mitterrand, Gorbachev noted that the historical continuity in relations between the United States, the USSR, and France, and spoke against any attempts by some powers to undermine the cause of détente in Europe. The key concept of the new European course proposed by General Secretary of the Central Committee was a common European home. He presented this theme to French television viewers. We live here in Europe. We live in one house. Although some enter it from one entrance, others from another. We need cooperation to build connection in this house. Mikhail Gorbachev, appealing essentially to a Gaullist approach, sought to strengthen the USSR's influence in Europe and, if possible, undermine the influence of the United States. During the meeting, Mikhail Gorbachev put forward proposals aimed at stopping the arms race. A ban on space strike missions on both sides and reduced Russian missiles. France participation in Euro missile negotiations. And a moratorium on developing new USSR missiles in Europe. On the issue of FDI, Mitterrand said, France will not participate in any form of space weapons creation. These weapons differ from existing ones. The transfer of nuclear weapons into space will not only end the agreements on missile defense systems, but also lead to new arms race. The French leader also supported the idea of reducing missiles in Europe. Afterwards, a press conference was held in the leader of the USSR, during which he answered questions from French journalists. Many unpleasant questions were asked, such as those about human rights in the USSR and dissidents. However, most of these questions were so absurd that they worked in favor of the USSR leader. For example, one journalist asked about 4 million political prisoners in the USSR. The absurdity of this statement allowed the topic of political prisoner in the USSR to be discredited. This reminds me, of Goebbels' propaganda. It's absurd, Mikhail Gorbachev replied. Overall, the meeting between the two country leaders was more than successful. Let's fucking go. Look at it, like, France loves me. I mean, their points are going down while America is actually getting more friendly, and I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to them that makes them so happy. But that's okay. Genuinely, I don't know how else to improve, like, your relationship with me. Alliance invitation. Oh, I can invite you to an alliance. Well, I mean, it says trade agreement. Are you still poor? Yes, but you only cost 9 political points, so I don't care. We'll get to you in here. I want to bring you to ComCon? But you give us way more money if you're in ComCon. But not you, because Laos is not very rich. But Syria costs 25. We'll spend our points. No, get me out of here, please. Military base. Invite to ComCon. Are you not in ComCon? You're a partner of ComCon, but you're not in ComCon. In our sphere of influence, you're not. You know what? Sure. Hell yeah. Hello, Syria. Welcome to ComCon. And how is our income doing? War's minus 30. I mean, that's unfair. Fair enough. Stop looking at Iran, Iraq. They literally don't matter. Again, I still don't really know what I'm doing, to be completely honest with you. Top secret supply. What if something like a secret supply? I just do like a full-on supply. There's no... Okay, you don't have an advisor? Spends 25 political power points. Okay. Well, do you like me? There we go. Put an advisor in here. Sign the Treaty of Assistance. Okay, there we go. Do you have an advisor? You do. What's your other option that you had here? Compel alliance members. We don't want our alliance members in here really too much, I don't think. Influence. Like, why does North Korea, like, not like me that much? We can help the nuclear power plant construction. I mean, do they all have, like, little things like this that we're just, like, not impose sanctions? Organize economic sabotage. Sure, 25 bucks. Spend 75 points. Sure, you know what? It's something that we can do. It's a button that I can press. It's a button I can press. I'm going to do it. Hell yeah.